Hello. I was looking at a holiday company called Horizon, which offers holidays in Mauritius. Not that I'm planning to go there at any time, but I was just interested in the name of the company. I like the word horizon because it encourages us to lift our eyes away from the present and to look towards the future. I feel comforted today because I see hope on the horizon. If we look at our gardens, the bulbs are beginning to push through the ground, ready for the daffodils and the tulips and beautiful coloured flowers to burst forth. We've got trees that are budding, soon to open up with their beauty. And then birds are preparing to nest, and the evenings are getting lighter, and spring is certainly on its way. But when we think of COVID, it does seem that we have now turned a corner. The vaccines have been delivered at an incredible rate, with the over 80s having received their vaccine. 9 out of 10 of them have been vaccinated. And people like me are receiving it at a much faster rate. And it seems as if it is rolling out across the nation, which is a source of great hope. The R number is coming down. Hospital admissions are coming down. And thankfully, deaths are reducing. Schools, we trust, will soon be reopening. Restaurants and pubs are making plans to open in the not too distant future. We are living in a season of renewed hope. In the Old Testament, there was a prophet by the name of Hosea, and he lived in a time when national hope was at an all-time low. He describes the collapse of the nation due to corrupt leaders, unstable family life, widespread immorality, class hatred and poverty. These were very dark days. But the prophet Hosea speaks hope as he inspires the people to turn again once to God. And he speaks about transforming the valley of trouble into a door of hope. Now, the Valley of Trouble refers back to an earlier time when Joshua was leading the people of Israel in battle. And they came to a town called Ai, which they should have easily taken, but they were seriously defeated because of a man by the name of Achan. He brought national trouble and defeat because of his sin of selfishness. And as a result of that moment, they named the Valley of Achan, or the Valley of Trouble. It might well seem to all of us that we've been in a valley of trouble. We've been in a time where this terrible pandemic has been like a dark valley that has hovered over us and darkened our horizons. But today, there is a door of hope. As Hosea speaks of the valley of trouble being transformed into a door of hope. You see, God is the God of restoration. He specializes in restoration. The moment Adam and Eve sinned, God put into a plan of restoration. And he says through the prophet Joel, I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten. Locusts were a terrible plague that from time to time would blight nations. We've been plagued by this pandemic. Loss of jobs, loss of education, loss of holidays, loss of family time, loss of loved ones, loss of a season in our lives. That's what it feels like. Have you noticed in the shops that the Easter eggs are now on sale? Which reminds us that we've got something else to look forward to, because Easter will not be too far away. The late Cardinal Basil Hume said this about Easter. He said, the great gift of Easter is hope. Christian hope which makes us have that confidence in God, in his ultimate triumph, and in his goodness and love, which nothing can shake. You see, God is the God of hope. So let's put our hope in God, because the future is in his hands and the horizon is looking encouraging and hopeful. In the words of the Apostle Paul, I pray that God, the source of all hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace as you trust in him.